Okay, having gone through the organization for our sample introduction, now we're going to take a look at the sources that they're using and the way they're incorporating their information. In the opening paragraph, they're giving us an interesting combination of a direct quote and some paraphrase from a source that got them interested in the topic in the first place. Notice that the parenthetical citations for this use the first piece of the citation from their source, so in this case, the author's last name, and the date of publication. The period also comes behind that closing parentheses. The second paragraph is pulling on the Human Rights Watch source. In this case, they are definitely paraphrasing a number of pieces of information from the article. So rather than direct quoting, they're paraphrasing. But again, they're still giving us that citation. And again, it is that first piece of the citation and the publication date. In this case, it's the title. The third paragraph is where we see a great deal of synthesis going on. In other words, they're bringing in three different sources on the same topic and using them together to look at the multiple perspectives on this topic. In this case, they're using a source from the Department of Labor, a source from a peer-reviewed journal. Heiberger is the author on this. And then you may remember this is the paper that had the Huffington Post source. We talked about that is not perhaps the best source to use, but in this case, they're getting an important perspective out of it. Notice that they're paraphrasing that Department of Labor source, and then they're paraphrasing again with the Jameson source from the Huffington Post. The only direct quote that they're using in here is the one from Heiberger. And the reason they're using it is that it gives an important idea of what the perspective would be for opponents of revision to the laws governing children in agricultural work. That fourth paragraph, you'll notice where we're stating the research question and the areas of focus along with the thesis does not include any sources. That should be true for your paper as well. So again, notice that ideally you were using 5 sources in your introduction and that you're having multiple sources work together in synthesis within a single paragraph. Hope that this was helpful. Obviously, email me with questions if you need to.